Hey guys, thanks for checking out the video. I'm going to be doing maintenance on my kayak trailer. I got to put new bearings on. I am basically going to be taking the hub assembly off of my wheels for my kayak trailer, and I'm going to clean the hub assembly, put in new bearings, and I'm going to show you step by step the process that I do. Alright, so basically the concept is you're going to take off the dust cap. You could have water drip out, you could have other stuff, other debris. The back of this trailer on this rim alone has a bunch of grease on it, indicating that the back has either seized up, moved, or something, but you can hear it starting to get louder, so it needs to be changed regardless. Yes, I've already taken this cap off. Basically, I wanted to make sure I got the right size. Alright, first things first is we're going to jack it up, and then we're going to use my little jack stand I got over here because I don't want the jack falling down. And the other side of the wheel is chalked, the front's chalked. We got to make sure that it's safe because you don't want it falling on you anyway, so I highly recommend doing that. You should do it anyway, it's safety. But I'm going to jack it up and then put that jack stand underneath there. Alright, now that the jack is up and it's on the jack stands, got to put on some gloves. I actually should have done this while it was on the ground, but break the lug nuts off. You want it on the ground, obvious reasons, so it doesn't spin. But here's this old trusty dusty Milwaukee here. As you can tell, you can see all the grease on the back here. She's got a little play. You want her to be able to spin, but you don't want her to have play left and right. She's got a little bit of play left and right. We're going to go ahead and clean it up. Fast forward to it, but I'm going to clean it up on the inside and show you how we get it off. Make sure you have gloves and plenty of towels, because you're going to need it. What I'm doing here is I'm cleaning off the grease on the inside. I'm trying to locate the cotter pin and how I need to bend it to get it back out. A pair of channel locks. Got to try and bend the cotter pins back down, shove it back up through there. Probably the hardest part of this job is getting that cotter pin out. There it is. There's a castle nut on this one. This is a 1-inch shank, 1 inch. So it uses 1/16 bearings. They're cone bearings. Cones face inward, so pointy side in. So the back side will face in, the front side will face in, inner and outer. I'll show you in a minute what I mean. This is a 1.5 socket here. It barely grabs that front on this one, but I need it just enough to get that off. I have a new castle nut as well. Cotter pin out, you've got the castle nut off, the bearing. The hub assembly will come off. It just slides right off, nice and neat. Now this is a good time to inspect. Make sure the back, oh yeah, you can see that seal, how it's broke. Look at all that extra grease out there. You can actually see I know it's probably hard to see, but this rubber's cracked right there. I'm gonna reuse that hub assembly, so I'm gonna use cleaning solution. I will take it out, put me a nice little towel type deal down, use some grease detergent, maybe some brake clean it up on the inside. That's the important part right here, is I wanna make sure the shaft is nice and smooth, make sure it doesn't have any raw eddings to it, some burrs if you will. So let's clean it off. It's gonna sound weird, but realistically we're about halfway done, you know, on a good day. Alright, so we got the hub assembly out here. This is the end of my garage, into my driveway, but basically this is what we took off. So you can see the bearing has already fell out. Make sure you dispose of your waste properly. Flip it upside down. There's a seal on the outside that needs to come out. Some of them you get lucky and you can just yank it out. This one, I don't think I'm going to get as lucky. So, flip her upside down. Get a hammer. Be careful not to damage the inside of the hub, but I'm going to go right into the inside here. I can feel the bearing there. And I'm trying to tap it out. See how it's starting to come out? There it is. Alright, so there's the seal. That was the cap, and there's the bearing. Alright, and like I said earlier in the video, these are 1 1/16 bearings for a 1-inch straight shaft. Now, get greasy. I'm going to clean out all the grease in here. All of it. What I'm doing is I'm just putting my fingers in here and going in a circle, trying to clean this out the best that I can. So, it's pretty clean on the inside. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's pretty clean on the inside. Like I said, this is just me making sure that it'll last. I really want to clean it up good so I can visually inspect if there's any deformities in here or where it may have rubbed. So we're going to skip one process. There's inner liners on the inside that prevent the bearings from going all the way through. And they're placed in such a manner, and this one, you can see them right there and right there. They're in there. I tried to get the other ones out. They just weren't really wanting to cooperate. So I just decided I was going to leave it. And I'm putting new bearings anyway, so hopefully this doesn't come back to bite me. What I'm going to do is I have a wire brush here. Alright, I'm going to clean these threads up just a little bit for the new nut. Make sure it's good to go on. I have a sanding pad. This is 320 grit. I'm just going to kind of go around here because I feel some burrs on there. Just trying to make it less trouble down the road. So you can tell on that sanding pad all that extra come off. See how much cleaner it got too? So, what we're going to do is we're going to clean this off. Lucas Marine Grease. This is multi-purpose. It's for anything for aquatic vehicle, you know, boat trailers, boats, jet skis, whatnot. This is the new castle nut. This is by Carry-On Trailers. Part is 643 T as in Tango. This is going to be your castle nut, your washer, and your cotter pin. This is the bearing kit we're using. As you can see, it says 1 1/16. This is Carry-On, part number 500 T as in Tango. 2 bearings, cotter pin. This is how they come in the pack right here. See this seal right here? This is what I was talking about, that's still, you see it? It's still in there, but they're just, this one's just heck to get out. Alright, I'm going to pack the bearings, and that's the fun part. Nice little DeWalt gun here with the, it's already got my grease in it. You want to pack these seals, like you'll have a bunch of grease in your hand, you'll see me doing it, but you want to pack them where they start getting into the cone and getting down into the bearing. So we're going to pack this nice and thick. So grease. As you can see, one bearing actually consumes quite a bit of grease. So I just used what grease was on the gloves, filled it up around the outer edges where it's going to roll, and cone side. So the small circle side, the cone side, the tip, is going to go inward on the back. You can see I've got it in there, cone side down, full of grease. It's all good. But now we've got to put a seal on there. In this kit, you're going to have a really narrow one, you're going to have a big one. The big one's going to go on because it's going in the back. I'm just putting grease around here, trying to make it sort of slide in a little bit better, but at the same time I don't want to damage it when I'm putting it on the shaft. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pack that down. And, well, I should say tap it down. I have a rubber mallet and a 2x4. That's what I'm going to use to pack it down. Put it on a solid surface where it's flush, and then kind of once she's in, so make sure that that bearing went in the right way. And then what I do is I feel around there, she's nice and flush, and that's what I wanted. I'm actually going to kind of coat this up a little bit with grease before I put it on here, and also get the shaft greased up so she'll slide a little better. I'm going to have a bunch of grease pour out on this, and that's okay. But now we're going to put it on, just slide it nice on, nice and neat, just like so. Got to pack this bearing, and then that's going to go on. And again, cone side is going in now, Put that on there, slide her on back. There she goes. Alright, this kit. This is the kit we were talking about earlier. This is 643 Tango carry-on. It's a castle nut kit. I'm just going to open it up and we're going to slap that washer on. So, I'm going to put this washer on. Alright. This is the cotter pin. There's the castle nut. So, I'm going to put this new castle nut on here. You don't make these like super tight. You're supposed to go finger tight, back it off, tight, back it off, and then 1/8 turn to where the cotter pin goes through. I'm wanting to make sure it seats. That feels like it's seated. So I'm going to seat her one more time, making 3. Alright, that's a good lock. Now I've got to find out where I want it. Alright, this is important right here. I broke it. She still doesn't, see, she's not spinning. But, got to locate that hole. Yep. Alright, so see how it's free spinning here? But just a little bit more, she won't free spin. So that hole is right there, and that's right where I want it. She's spinning fine. So, I'm going to take this cotter pin, put it right through that hole, give her a little love tap here. She'll go in between that collar. Use a pair of pliers. Alright, bring that one up. You'll have that short one down there. It'll be alright. I like to cut this short one right at the base if I can. That way that seal that goes over will actually go over, it's not in the way. And now I'm dealing with one pin and the top is up there, but I don't want her blocking the grease fitting that I got to get. So we're going to cut off just a little bit. There you go. Now she's right there, she can drop down, I can put that on there, she ain't going anywhere. She's free spinning, she ain't going left and right. That's exactly how I want it. With that being said, I'll hook up to it, put some flow in there. I'm going to put the cap on before the tire, because if you don't, then you've got to kind of like work around the rim and everything else. Now that's on there like so. I have a rubber mallet. Alright, there. Now, it got started. I'm going to use this 2x4 because I want to hit it evenly. And a little more. Now, I check around the edges. She looks clean. Looks good to me. Now we're going to clean her off, put the tire on. Also, when you get this cleaned up, feel free to put your finger in the back where it joins, spin it around, and make sure you don't feel anything sticking out. Be careful. There could be metal shards or something, but feel in the back, make sure it's smooth. That looks good, feels good. So now pretty much clean up the area, put the tire on. Little trusty Milwaukee. Now, it goes without saying, but it's a star pattern. And then you just tighten her down. That's it. She's ready to go. So I hope you guys learned something on that. I hope it helped somebody out because, well, to be honest with you, like I said, I'm not a mechanic. This is the second time I'm doing it, so hope that helped somebody out, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And I guess, what do they say at YouTube? Hit the like, subscribe or something. Just like it. That'd be cool. Subscribe if you want. I'm going to post videos of me doing random stuff. Fishing related, automotive related, I guess. I do a lot of fishing, so mainly that. But I needed to do maintenance on my trailer. I couldn't get to the next tournament, so... I also qualified for the Bassmaster Classic Kayak series. That's kind of cool. That's coming up in March in Knoxville. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video.